Hi, guys. I'm Lulu, and this is the Artsy Muse. And this is where we muse about life and ponder some of life's deeper mysteries. Stay tuned. Okay, so today I wanted to, a couple days ago, had an, I wanted more of a visual of what I wanted to share in my vlog. And so I did like a spiral kind of a thing. See, like from here, and then it goes around, and then as it comes to me, I'll fill it out. But I don't know, like the rapture one that I did yesterday was I wanted to kind of zoom into my own personal um, points of like trauma have that I have made my way through, at least with a deeper understanding of it. Um, and I put it in a spiral because to me that's really how a spiritual journey feels, or just a truth seeking journey. Um, and and I feel like we, as we go about it, we kind of, oh, I hear Emma. Okay, so this will probably be a shorter video, which is fine. Um, so I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, so yesterday was about the rapture and how I'm beginning to see it. Quantum physics is showing that we have um, more co-creating, um, just essence to us, which kind of contradicts a lot of what um, just we've been told, like we are not, we're completely disconnected. We're born into sin. And so the second one that I had written down was original sin. And again, I am all about musing. So I spent a lot of my life hiding from, just hiding in fear of just thinking about things and sort of, you know, just, sitting in wonder at like what is possible? Like what is, you know, do we have to sit in this fear? Like is it, you know, um, and so as far as original sin goes, you know, and my next video is going to be on Bible inerrancy, which is, they all kind of like run through together. That's why on my thumbnail from yesterday, I put quantum physics debunks the rapture and most of the Bible, because you know, we've allowed the powers that be, from when they first put the Bible together, to tell us like this is it, nothing else. This is your reference point. This is all true, all of it. When we know, like, well, we've evolved. We've evolved past slavery. We've evolved past misogyny. That's part of the human experience. We evolve. We grow. We expand. However, because we have been under lock and key of this story and men's interpretations, we have allowed ourselves to be pulled along. And knowing how incredible quantum physics, like showing how amazing it is when we are tapping in, or where our attention goes. What is that? Oh gosh, my mommy brain. but where our attention goes is where is that is going to grow. So if we're putting our attention because we're being told to about this is going to happen in the future, when really all we have is now, but this is going to happen, this is going to, look for the signs. I mean, like, it's like, okay, well, I could also choose to focus on what is happening right now for me. Like, that's not selfishness, that's being in the moment, that's mindfulness, you know that's choosing, here. Like, I'm not, if everybody did that, truly, there would be no war. Like, if everyone was focused on what they had in front of themselves, and then knowing that this is good and healthy, now who can I love on the outside? Because if I feel good right here, I'm not going to go out and do something awful to somebody. Like, just, that doesn't make sense. Um, and again, hurt people, like, so if, anyway, I digress. um, so back to original sin. And I think, whatever books were written, they were written in ancient times to ancient people who had very little awareness to you know, w- what was actually going on, like, in the universe. Um, Hi, I love you. Hi. So, and finding the way to express that to mostly illiterate people, like, it's just a totally different time. Like, there's nothing wrong with being alive right now, like, with whatever we have at our disposal. Everything is fairly neutral. Technology is neutral. um like, anything can be wielded as something, or, money is neutral. It's what emotion you put into it. It's all energy. It all breaks down to energy. And I think the leaders of, whether it was Moses or whether it was whoever, I think that they did have revelations, like, they were tapped in, because they're it to, for in my what I have come to understand, and putting it against science and against how I feel now outside of the fear that I grew up in. Like, for me, I believe that there is just one creative force, and I think we're all connected to that. And I think however, though, the human experience, we have the mind, it's that ego, it's that part that has no idea that we are from source, that we are way more than, than what we have been told. And I think back in ancient times, that they were getting these downloads, and I think the ego was just trying to understand it and wanting to protect their people, their own. And I think it makes perfect sense, the messages that were coming through, like, um and trying to understand, like, why are we making bad decisions, like, why do I feel like I need to do this, why do I feel like I need to do this, and sort of just creating something that, I mean, we still are we still have that asleepness that we're trying to work through. And the ancient leaders, were the same. Like, there was nothing, I think it's doing everybody an injustice when you say, like, the stories from the Bible are, like, as it happened, and not taking into account that possibly these are allegorical, and it has more of a metaphysical, like, what is going on in our inner world. To lock on to this, you know we can only get what we need to understand of this world from the Bible. And the Bible says that we are, you know, inherently evil and we are broken, and we, you know, when that is a presupposition at the end of the day. Like, that is something that men told us. And when you hold it up to what science is showing us, and it's taken 1,000 years, you know, to like to show, like, well, you know what, that's not what is showing of the universe, of that creative force, of that the universal law. It's important to let ourselves sit with the possibility that what we have been told maybe isn't the whole story. That's all. And I think the more that we sit with that, and we, you know, let ourselves question things, and really take accountability for the things that are causing unrest within ourselves, rather than just bypassing it and saying, well, it is this way because this told me so. Okay, but have you tried sitting with it and seeing like what comes to you? Like, using your body as a way of what feels tight. Like, when you ponder these things, what is going on in your body? Like, our creator infused our bodies with the with resonating with the earth. Like, it's not a mistake, right? Like, I mean, so if our creator created everything, like, it does not make sense that we're not supposed to use those things, or you know, like pursue those things. I mean, that's, yeah, I think that's doing a disservice to just what our birthright and what that blueprint looks like. Okay, so I think the gist of what I am, you know, trying to share today is, when it comes to original sin, we need to really sit with that and be honest with ourselves. What, like, be honest with ourselves that that is truly like the original presupposition, right? Like, that is like, if we accept that, then what science is telling us is, like, we can't have both. We can't have the ability to shift, you know, our reality and also be tied to this thing that somebody wrote about. Like, we can't have it both ways. And understanding how fear and love, as far as the frequencies and the vibrations, like, fear is a very good way to control people. I mean, it's been proven, you know. And when people are stripped of their ability to, you know, that, or their knowledge of that, then you're ripe for the picking, you know? Like, and, you know, to apply an ancient text, not the universal wisdom that is through all spiritual texts across all, you know, like, yes, we can glean spiritual wisdom, but to take an ancient text and say we can apply this just the same as, you know, it was so many thousand years ago, even in the face of, like, we don't live in those times. We live now, and we have at our disposal ways to show like the cosmos and the universe and how things kind of function, and how does that apply to what the ancients knew? Oh, it's totally different. Okay, so how can we apply this to our life? If it's causing more harm, then we need to be okay with going within and seeing like what is, what have we missed? Like, yeah. Okay. We love you, and we will talk to you soon.